Yep. Good morning, everyone. So, last session we learned about working with data list. So, in HTML, we learned about headings, paragraphs, block quotes, and data list. How to work with all this we discussed in previous session. Data list is used for terms and definition. Actually, there are two data lists in HTML. One you will come across in forms. While working with forms, there is a data list. This is related to list. Another data list you will learn in forms concept. Okay? So next important after data list, we have other options like we have ordered list. Ordered list and unordered list we are having. First, I will show you what is an ordered list. Ordered list is nothing but it sets auto numbering for a list of items. You can give auto numbering for a list of items by using ordered list. So list is defined by using OL and items are defined by using LI. List is defined by using OL and items are defined by using LI. So ordered list contains the list of items inside. Syntactically, we write like this. We have an ordered list. We have list item 1, and another list item, some item 2, like that. So ordered list close. So the items will have auto numbering. That means automatically how it is going to display this. It will display like this. We have item 1. We have like 2, then item 2. That means you will have items with numbering style. Automatically numbering will update when you add one number or remove a number. When you are adding the items, removing the items, the numbering will be updated. So it is a very simple point. For example, see, we are presenting some items here. So we are writing some list. So here I'm adding an ordered list with list item HTML, with list item CSS, some list item JavaScript like this. And you can see automatically these items will have a numbering style. You can see they are set with numbering 1, 2, 3 like this. Automatically they have a number. These numbering will update when you add any item or remove any item. Suppose at number 3 place I am adding some bootstrap, then automatically the numbering updates and changes for JavaScript. So numbering is going to automatically change when you add items or remove. But here by default, the numbering style is 1, 2, 3. We can change the numbering types. So you can change numbering type by using type attribute. Set to, you can set to 1, comma A, comma A, lowercase, Roman letters, uppercase, like this. So you can change the number type by using type attribute. Means we can simply put the type like this. Wherever you are defining order list, for that you can give type as A. So that means now the numbering will be uppercase letters, A, B, C, D. Like that, you have various numbering types, like you can give numbering as Roman, you can give numbering as lowercase alphabet. By default, numbering is 1, 2, 3, like this. That is the default numbering. You can give any numbering type. If you don't define numbering type, by default, the numbering type is considered as 1. It will take 1 as numbering. You can change. Right? For example, you have type. Type is Roman letter, and you can see it will be like A, B, C, D. So we are, this is Roman lowercase. It will be like Roman 1, 2, 3, 4. You can define different numbering types. You can use any of these numbering types. So that is a simple one. Here, generally, if we are giving A, B, C numbering, I hope you people already know, if in computer technologies anywhere, if there is A, B, C like numbering, after 26, so that means A to Z. After Z, what will happen? In computer technologies, how numbering is given? A to Z. After that, it will be A, B. Like that, it will be A, Z. Similarly, B, A. So B, Z, like that. After that, it will go on to A. That is the numbering style actually. So usually we don't use such numbering, but if there is more than 26, 30, 40, we don't prefer using A, B, C, D and all. Better you give numeric values for them. But if you want to know what numbering will come, that is how it numbers, right? These are simple options. You can change the numbering type. There is one more option. You can define from where numbering have to start by using start attribute. You can define from where numbering have to start. Usually numbering starts with 1. Usually it will start with 1. If you want to know from where the numbering have to start, means you want to set, you can simply put like this. Suppose I want numbering to start from 51. Then you have to just define OL type is equal to 1 and start is equal to 51. That's how we need to define. That means the numbering will start from 51. Remember here a simple important thing you need to notice. So important point is start is level number. That means it is always a number. For example, if I say OL type is equal to A, start, I want to start with E. Then what should be the start? What should be the start? Start, I given a hint here. Start is always a number, level number. That means E means which one? 5. You should not give E. It is always in level number. You have to give level number. So you from where the numbering have to start, we can decide. For example, type is 1 and we are giving start 100, 101. And you can see it will start from 101 and you can decide from where the numbering have to start, right? That you can do by using this start option. And if you give A, then here start you cannot give E. That's not correct. You have to give start as what? 5. Then numbering will start from E, F, G, H like that. So that is a simple option. So we can give auto numbering. We can change the numbering type and we can define from where numbering have to start, right? Now, recently they added one more option, which is not required everywhere, but some situations we use it. They introduced an option called reverse. You can reverse the numbering by using the new attribute reversed. There is a new attribute called reverse. By using this, you can reverse the numbering. Remember, it is just reversing the numbering, not reversing the items. Items will not be reversed. Only numbering will be reversed. Actually, this is newly added because these days people want recently added items at the top, recently added items in the beginning. So in such cases, they want a reverse numbering style. For that purpose, they added this. That means suppose your numbering type is 1 and here we are starting at 1. Then usually it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I give reversed, then it will be like 4, 3, 2, 1 like that it should display. Because it depends on where to start. Suppose I say starting at 2, then it will say 2, 1. After 2, 1, it will be 0, minus. Suppose if it is type A, then it will be starting with B. After that, A. After that, Z. You invented a new order. Is there any reverse order? Is there any negative order for alphabets? Then obviously it will take again 0, minus 1. That means it is going to take 0, minus 1. Right? So usually we don't use this everywhere. But recently people are using, because you see Facebook, Gmail, what they are doing, they are developing single page applications. Single page applications means generally Angular, React like technologies are used for building single page. Single page application means everything is in one page. So recent videos, recent posts, you will get top. Old will go down. That means latest item will be at the top. In such cases, we want reversed order. Reverse order numbering means last item first. You can display in that way. For that, this is one simple option they have added. This is very helpful later when you are using JavaScript based adding of items, removing of items. You want in a reverse order to display ascending, descending, sorting. Such things you can easily manage by this. So syntactically ordered list, type is 1, some reversed. That's how we define. So this is 3 important attributes are there. One is type, another one is start, another one reverse. And you can create nested list also. You can create nested ordered list. Nested ordered list is nothing but multi-level numbering. You can create a multi-level numbering. But one basic rule you have to remember. So you can create nested ordered list every nested list must be inside list item, li element. Every nested list must be inside li element. That is the basic rule you have to follow. You can create a nested list also. Nested list means here, see, I am writing a simple ordered list. So type as Roman letter. In that we have HTML and CSS. You can see two items are there. Now inside that, I want some more items. Under HTML, some items. Then I told you good coding and bad coding. Output may be similar, but what is good, what is bad? Bad is what I am currently writing. See, under this HTML, I written OL and its type I given 1. In that we have list item, normal elements. We have list item like void elements like this. Now you can see that it appears under that HTML, these two. But this is bad. Why this is bad? You cannot write a nested list under list item. It should be inside list item. That is the rule. If you don't write, later you will face problem. Why? Because if I delete HTML, then if I delete this HTML topic, then the items inside HTML are not deleted because they are not part of this. That means if I delete that HTML part, these items are not deleted. That is not good code. That is what I said, good code, bad code. Output, it looks like it is under HTML, but it is not good code. What is the good code? Always this nested list you have to keep inside, means under that HTML word you have to write. This is the good code. So if you remove HTML, it affects everything. So you have to just write inside list item. We have to define an ordered list. Here I define type as 1, and here we have list item like selectors. So list item like units and all this. Like this we can add. Like this, how many levels we can give? How many levels we can go like this? There is no limit for that. You can go any number of levels. But problem is, how many types of numbering we have? Roman letters, uppercase, capital Roman and lowercase. Alphabet uppercase, lowercase. And we have a number. 5 types are there. That means after 5 levels, up to 5 levels, you can give different number. After 5 levels, there is no more numbering. Then you have to repeat the numbers. That means after 5 levels, 6th level can be another A or Roman letters we can define in that way. That means whenever you are defining numbering, you can go any number of levels. There is no limit for that. But only the problem is you don't have so many numbering. Levels numbering not there. Then what you have to do, you need combination of numbers and symbols, or you have to repeat your numbers. So you can add like this. Suppose normal elements. Here we have another ordered list, and here we define type as A, and here we have a list item, some bold, and we have a list item like italics, like this. You can see we can create a nested list. Like that, 5 levels I can change different, but after that we don't have anything else. But you can write 6 levels, 7 levels, anything. Just only the point you repeat your numbering or use a combination of numbers and symbols. Symbols you are going to see next level, how to add them. So this is one important how to define the numbers. And this is the way of nested. How to create nested? Syntax, I will give bad code, ordered list, list item. So this is parent. And under this, you are having ordered list. And list item, this is child. Like this, we are defining. This is bad code because you are writing under the list item. And what is the good code? We have an ordered list, list item, parent, inside it, ordered list type A. This is child. Like this, we define the same one. And close list item. This is the correct way. How we define the ordered list. So you can create a nested list, but make sure that always the nested list is maintained inside a list item, not under that list item. Right. So this is ordered list. Means how we can maintain numbering. Here, some important requirements are there. That means some questions. I will give an example. Let me copy this example. This is the example for that. Now here, one technical questions will be there. While working with ordered list, frequently asked questions related to this ordered list. What are the questions? These questions are nothing but requirements. What are the basic requirements? First important question is how to arrange list items side by side. Because by default, list items are one below another. Usually you are creating a question paper like, and you have 4 choices. We need to keep them 1, 2, 3, 4 side by side. By default, every list item is one below another. How do we keep side by side? So by using display flex. We can use display flex. You can use display flex. That is one technique you can use. Or display inline. You can use display inline. You can use display flex or display inline. What is difference is display flex is used for container that have items. And display inline is used for items. These are used for items. These are used for container that have items. That means actually here flex, it is used for OL, and inline it is used for LI, list items. So you have display flex and display inline. By using this, you can make the list side by side. So you see now, suppose I am creating a list. So here we are adding one list. So we are adding some ordered list. In that we have a type is equal to some one. In that we have a list item, and list item is defined as, suppose this is some question 1. So that is the question. Under that question, we are having another ordered list. We have type is equal to A. We have a list item. We have like option 1. So like this, we have option 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this I given. We have a question and options. They look like this. That means under that question, there are 4 options. Usually always list will display one below another. But these options I want side by side. We want to display side by side all these options. So for this ordered list which contains options, we will give a class called options. So here we will write a style. What is it? Dot options display as what? Flex. Display flex. It will keep side by side. In that case, every list item in options, that means dot options space li. What does that means? List items inside options. So they have margin right as some 50 pixel. They will have some gap. We can arrange like that. Option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, like. We can keep side by side. So to keep side by side, we have to just use display as what? Flex. This is one point. There is another technique. I will copy this. I will give this example. Another technique is remove that flex. Now it is again normal. Now what we can do is dot options. In that, wherever list item is present, for that we can put display as inline. Display as inline, they will keep side by side. But when you keep display inline, their numbering is removed. You don't have numbering like A, B, C, D. That means to keep side by side, you can use flex or you can use inline. But inline, it will not give numbering. Without numbering, side by side. So if you want with numbering side by side, here 2 tips are there. If you use flex, then it is used for ordered list with numbering. This will be without numbering. That means if anybody asks how to keep side by side, then you should ask 2 questions. Do you want with numbering or without numbering? With numbering means side by side. With numbering means which option we have to use? Display flex. And where we have to apply? Ordered list. And if you want without numbering, remove the numbering and keep side by side, then we have to use inline. Inline cannot be used for ordered list. Inline is used for list item. List item. If you give for ordered list, it will not work. For example, see, I am not writing for list item. I am writing for options. Display inline. I am writing for options. You can see it will not work. It will not work. So that is written for list items and it will not have any numbering, right? You don't want numbering, then use inline. So, but inline cannot be applied for list. They are applied for list items. List items. If you want numbering and side by side, best option is flex. We can keep flex. So that is the reason I given two options. You can keep flex or you can keep inline. There is another question here. So that means here we have another syntax here. We have to just give dot options in that list item display. Same above example only. You have to change this and try. Same above example. You have to change this and try. Now what will happen? It will remove the numbering and display, right? So we can keep side by side by using display options, flex and inline. Second question is how to keep list items. How to keep list items. How to keep list items in multiple columns. How to keep list items in multiple columns. Side by side, flex you can give. Multiple columns means I want in 2 columns. I want in four columns. Flex, you cannot decide how many columns because flex depends on how much width is there and same how many items are there. Flex, you cannot decide how many columns should come. That depends on width and depends on items. But how to keep side by side? We can do that by using two style attributes. What are those two style attributes? One is display grid you can use. Another one you can use columns. You can use display grid and you can use columns. What is difference between the grid and columns? What is difference between grid and columns? You can see that. Actually, so grid, what it will do is it sets numbering order left to right. And this sets numbering order top to bottom. That means what grid will do? It will give the numbering like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. What columns will do? They will give 1, 2 and 3, 4. That's how they give the numbering. So that you decide how you want. You want left to right numbering, then use display as what? Grid. You want top to bottom numbering, then you have to use this columns. Columns is a new option actually. You can directly use columns and you can display them. So how to keep the elements side by side and how to keep the elements in multiple columns. If you want to divide into multiple columns, you can write like this. You see now, I'm using ordered list or not ordered list is what? Options. Why I am giving options? Because both are ordered list na. First level is ordered list, second level also ordered list. If you write OL, it will affect everywhere. If I am writing OL, it is going to affect everywhere. I want to affect only for the inner list. That's the reason I given a class. So options refers to inner list. Inner list, I will give display grid and the grid template columns. You know how many? How many fractions? 6 fractions and 6. 2 na? We want to divide into 2, then 6 fractions, 6 fractions. And you will see the numbering order is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. The order is left to right, A, B, C, D. That is the order. We don't want like that. So this is one technique. Let me copy this. This is an example. Another technique is, instead of using display grid, you can simply use, you can see currently it is normal like this. You can simply use columns. Columns, how many? 2 columns. That's it. You don't need to write grid template columns or anything, just columns 2. Then automatically it will arrange into 2 columns, A, B, C, D. That's how it will arrange the numbering style. Either you want top to bottom or left to right. That you have to decide by using these options. Later in CSS, we will have a detailed discussion on what is difference between display grid and columns. Right, because both are separated into columns. As of now, what is difference between grid and columns? Grid will be orientation left to right, and columns will be orientation top to bottom. That is the point, right? This is orientation, how you can arrange. This is another example. So these are very important requirements in general design. How to keep side by side, how to keep in multiple columns. Another question asked regularly is how to create a scrollable list. How to create a scrollable list. That's another important requirement. Because suppose you are showing 50 countries. You cannot show 50 countries one below another lengthy. You cannot even arrange into 4 or 5 columns. It will occupy a lot of screen space. That means you cannot display 50 items side by side. Even side by side also it becomes heavy on the screen. Then what we do is we create a scrollable list. How to create a scrollable list? For example, let's take a list. So here I am creating a list item. So I given some options like HTML or like CSS. So like Bootstrap. So like JavaScript, like this. So we define like jQuery. So many items are there. We need a scrollable list. So React something. You see now it's a very lengthy list. It's a lengthy list. Then what, like that, if 30, 40 items are there, they will occupy a lot of screen. Even you keep side by side also, that doesn't look satisfying. Then what we do is we create a scrollable list simply like this. We have ordered list. For ordered list, we will keep a border, some 1 pixel, solid, gray. You can see for ordered list, there is border. For ordered list, we will put width as 100 pixel. Ordered list will be like this. For ordered list, we will keep height as 50 or 60 pixel. It will be like this. This is the height. Now what happened to contents below? That means you have the height only 60 pixel, but items are more than 60 pixel. These are called overflowing items. That means they are overflowing the border. Then what you have to do is, if any content is overflowing, we can do one thing. We can set overflow hidden. Overflow hidden means the overflowing information, either right side overflow or left down overflow. It will hide them. We don't want to hide them. We want to scroll. Then we will put a scroll bar. If anything is overflowing, then scroll. Then you can see a scroll bar will come. This is a scrollable list. But unnecessarily horizontal scroll bar is coming. We don't need a horizontal scroll bar, because scroll will keep horizontal scroll bar, vertical scroll bar. but better we give scroll auto. Auto means it will decide which scroll bar is needed depending on situation. If more items are below, vertical scroll bar will come. More items are right side, then horizontal will come. Both, then both will come. That is the best option. You put overflow as what? Auto. Then you will see only one up and down scroll bar is there. This is a scrollable list. Remember, this scroll bar depends on height. Suppose height and number of items. Suppose you give in 460 pixel, then scroll bar will not come. Scroll bar will come if height is less and items are overflowing. Then you can control that. So what are the options required to create a scrollable list? To create a scrollable list, first you need to keep the list so within a bordered content. You need the list in a bordered content. Second, the height of list should be above the border. That means overflow the border. Then one more option you can give. What is it? Overflow. So what are the attributes required? By using following CSS attributes. What are those attributes? We need border attribute, we need height attribute, and we need overflow. These three are major. Because if height is not there, then you cannot create scrollable list. If height is more, then it will not be scrollable. So these are the options you need to define. So syntactically, we have an wherever ordered list is present, border as 1 pixel solid gray. So width is 100 pixel, height as 60 pixel, and one simple overflow as what? Auto. That is enough. This will create a scrollable list. How to create a scrollable list? Right. So you need to apply these three combination. Border, width, and height with overflow. This is an example for that. Let me copy this example for you. And this is example. This is another question 3. Next, one more question is number 4. How to remove numbering for ordered list. How to remove numbering for ordered list? By using list style attribute. Attribute set to none. That means we have to just use wherever ordered list is there, you just keep list style as none. There will be no more numbering. Because sometimes we use ordered list, unordered list, but we don't give any numbering. Usually we do that for creating navigation bars, for creating footers. In the previous sessions, I showed you how to create Amazon footer and all. There, to display some items list, you have used span and you are using display block. But what is the best way? The best way is use ordered list or unordered list. But for ordered list, unordered list, don't use any numbering. Remove the numbering. That means how do we remove the numbering? Suppose scrollable now. I don't want numbering. You can see we can add lot of effects. For ordered list, just you have to add an option. list style. List style as what? None. And what I will do is, wherever list item is there, I will set background color some gray and color as white, and margin bottom as some 5 pixel, like this, padding as some 4 pixel, like this. You can see all the items will look like this. And then I should keep little width as a 200 pixel. Then usually it looks like this. Width also, I will give this also width as suppose 100 pixel. And usually these items look like this. Little bit height, I will adjust height as 80. That's fine. Just we are removing the numbering, and you can see this is a list. This is a list, but there is no numbering here. So we removed numbering. HTML is 1, CSS is 2, Bootstrap is 3. We removed the numbering and we are just displaying these items. Usually, even you don't need to mention the borders and all. Suppose I will remove this one. Then you will see that if I simply use list style none, it will look like this. This is an ordered list. This is an ordered list with list items, but there is no numbering for that. These are usually when we create navigation bars. So we design in this way. Here one interesting trick is there. Suppose this is these are topics. When user is moving the mouse on the topic, we can apply a simple effect here. List item have a class called hover. Yesterday I told you we have classes. Which class we used? We used a class called first letter. First letter means it will access the first letter. Hover indicates what should happen when mouse is over. When mouse is over, I will set background color as black. That's it. And automatically you can see when mouse is over, it will display like this. So that we know which one is working fine. I can even change the cursor. Actually, cursor is arrow. What I will do is when mouse is over, cursor, I will put grab. Cursor have like grab means hand symbol will come. You see grab means hand symbol will come. That means when mouse is over, then it will show an hand symbol and it will show that it is highlighted. These are very commonly seen in websites. When you are designing such navigation bars, then you can create simply by using ordered list. Ordered list, but we don't give any numbering. How to remove numbering? List style as what? None. Right? This is an example for that. This is an example for just creating a list without any numbering. Right? So these are all the important requirements for ordered list. So what are the questions here you have seen? How to arrange list side by side, how to arrange the list in multiple columns, how to create a scrollable list, how to create one scrollable list, and how to remove the numbering. These are the options for ordered list. If you know all this, same you have another one, very simple, that is unordered list. Unordered list. Unordered list is nothing but it sets a bulleted list. It sets a bulleted list. It sets a bulleted list. So list is defined with UL. Items are defined with LI. Same. And the list type can be circle, square, or disk. Only 3 symbols will be there. List type can be circle, square, or disk. Only 3 symbols will be there. We don't have more symbols. You can define these 3. So syntactically, you write unordered list and the type is equal to square. And in that you can have list item 1, and you have item 2 like this. That is unordered list. How to keep an unordered list. Same everything like ordered list. Only one difference is instead of number, you will have a symbol. And what type of symbols you can keep? Only 3 symbols are allowed. Circle, disk, and square. But in websites, you see, we put hand symbol, star symbol, so many animations. All such things we can create by using CSS, which I will show you. How to keep our own symbols, we will see that. Initially, what is the default symbol? Circle. So default symbol is actually disk. You can change. For example, you are creating the list here. Let's remove this now. And I'm keeping this instead of ordered list. Actually, ordered list is 1, 2, 3 numbering. Instead of ordered list, I will just use here UL. UL is unordered list. UL is unordered list. And you can see this is an unordered list here. By default, it is disk. You can change the type. We can set a type as the circle. Circle, then it will display like this. You have another symbol that is what? Square. Square. You can use square like this. Only these 3 are there. If you want your own symbols, then CSS. Let's see how. If you want your own symbols, you can define. So here, to set a custom symbol as bullet symbol, you have to use list style image of CSS. You have to use list style image of CSS. List style image of CSS. You have to use this list style image of CSS. Actually, list style image you can set. So you want to put your own symbol, then first you need to create your symbol. You need to create your symbol. So I will remove this default type. Default type is normal like this. Now we will create our own symbol, and I will open MS Paint. Because bullet symbols are very small, you remember the favicon size? It can be up to 16 to how many? 32 pixels. So I will take here image properties. Width and height I will give as 20 pixel. 20 pixel is too small actually. And you see, this is the image. I am just zooming it, and I will take very thin line and just put some star symbol like this. So I'm creating a simple star symbol like this. You can draw anything here you want, and I will fill up with some color. Okay. Now actually the original size is this one. This is the original size, very small. I will save this as star. And important, this should be saved in our D drive. Which folder? Flipkart, in that public, in that images. And very important, because in the next level you are going to learn about images. Detailedly I will tell you. Whenever you save icons favorite icons, they must have extension ICO, .ico. If you are creating bullets, you are creating background patterns, then they must be of type GIF. You must save them as GIF. What is difference between different image types? In next session, you will learn. In next session, when we are learning about images, I will explain the concept. What is the meaning of GIF? What is the meaning of JPG? Where, when to use them, you will understand. Initially, any bullet symbols, icons you are creating, logos and all, then they must be in which format? GIF. So here it is asking save as type. By default type is what it is? PNG. You change it to what? GIF. You can use JPG, PNG, anything. But as per the standards, it should be of what type? GIF. Okay, save. It is done. Okay, close. Now I want to use that here. We have to just use unordered list. We have an attribute list style image. Image uses an URL. Image uses an URL. Where is that? It is in which folder? Images. Which one? Star GIF file. So, and I will keep every list item font size. Font size I will give as 24 pixel like this. And you can see it displays in this way. This is our own symbols. By default, you will not get your own symbols, right? So by default, you have only 3 symbols. What are those? Circle, disc and square. Anything else you have to manually design. But you can keep them by using the CSS attributes you can configure. This is the list, right? So syntactically, you have to do like this. First one, create a new image. So with 20 into 20 pixels in MS Paint, you can use any photo editing tool and draw and save your icon. And so icon as GIF type. So it will be something like star.gif. Then set for unordered list UL. So you have to write like this UL list style image URL. It is in images star.gif. Draw and save your icon. Where you will save your icon? Your project images folder. That no need to explain, you know that, right? So your project images folder, there you can save so that you can directly access and use it. So if anyone asks like, can I have every item different symbol? Can we design an unordered list where every item can be different symbol? So technically in HTML or CSS, it is not possible. But you will see such things regularly. One item, one symbol, another item, another symbol like that. Because you see in websites navigation, they give home symbol, contact, some contact symbol. So we can implement that using a trick. What is that? I will show you. This is example for custom symbols. So here, a simple requirement is how to define how to define different uh, symbols for list items in ordered unordered list. Unordered list. How to define different symbols for list items in unordered list. For that, you just have to implement one technique. The technique is nothing but first what you have to do. So remove bulleted symbol. Remove bulleted symbol, which is by default set for list. Which is by default set for list. That means you have to first remove the bulleted symbol. After that, what you can do is, for every list item, you can use bootstrap icons. In that way, you can handle it. Remove the bulleted symbol first, and for every list item, you can give bootstrap icons. That allows you to keep different icons. That is the technique we have to do. Directly, it's not possible. So, but in several websites, you will see that actually. Suppose you see, I say open a Flipkart here. When I go to, there is a menu called more. You can see list. In that list, you can see it is showing 4 items are there. And 4 items are having different icons. Right? This is also an unordered list. It is not a drop down menu. It is an unordered list. On mouse over, they popped up. Because drop down list cannot have symbols. You cannot have a drop down list with symbols. For that, you need to design with Bootstrap and CSS. Actually, this is a list with different symbols. That's possible. Very simple actually. Suppose you say here, I am writing first one. I am writing some unordered list. So list item is Facebook. Just I am adding some text Facebook and like Twitter, and we have like Instagram. So, and we have like LinkedIn. Like this we have. Now you see all these will be displayed like this. Let's run this. You can see they are displayed in this way. Facebook needs a Facebook icon. Twitter needs a Twitter icon. Then what you have to do first, wherever unordered list is there, list style as what? None. List style none means it will remove the numbering symbols. Then you need to link a style sheet. Link relation is what? Style sheet. href, it is node modules, icons, font, icons.css. Now very simple, for every list item you put a class. So bi Facebook. And here you have a class bi Twitter. Okay. And we have class bi and bi Instagram. So we have class bi and bi LinkedIn, right? Now you can see that's how it looks. So this is an unordered list, but every item have a different icon. It is not directly possible. You have to implement such techniques. So that means every list item have a different symbol. By using Bootstrap icons, we can do that. So this is the easiest way of creating such lists. First, what you have to do, remove the bullet symbol and set every list item. So with what? Bootstrap icons. So this is example for that. I will copy that example. So every item can have a different list. Another important, you can have nested list also. You can use nested list. You can create nested list, and you can create combination of ordered list, unordered list, nested. That means only unordered list can be nested. Same rules. What are the same rules? That means suppose here you are defining, let's say HTML and say CSS. Then how do we define here? List style, I am not giving that. You can see these are the two items we are having. How to create a nested list? To create a nested list, inside this you have to use again UL. And the list item, this is normal and this is void. And this type you can change. This type you can change as what? Square. That means you can see first type is different, second type is different. You can add like that, but we have only 3 levels. After that, you have to put custom symbols and design. And you can use combination. That means in normal, I'm using OL. And here I'm defining type A. And here I'm adding list as bold. And here we have list as italics, like this. You can see you can have a combination. You can have a combination of ordered list, unordered list, first level numbering, second level symbol, third level again numbering, your wish. You can put any order, it doesn't matter. So can we create a nested list? Yes, we can create a nested list with combination of different. So this is another important point. So you can create a nested bulleted list, bullets list, or assorted with number and bullets. Assorted is a combination of different, right? Assorted with number and bullets. So different types of items you can configure. This is example for that. This is an example for that. This is assorted how we can create. So we have 3 types of lists. What are those? Ordered list, unordered list, another one data list. Ordered, unordered, and data list. Right? And how to use them in real-time example, I will show you. In the next level, we will put them in a real-time design, right? For that, you need to learn some more things. After you know about the list, you need to know about font styles. You can simply say text formatting in HTML. These are also simple things. So how to format text in HTML? Text formatting in HTML means how you can change the appearance of text. Actually, in that first we have font. Actually, font, it can change the face, size, and color. It can change the face, size, and color. Simply you use font face is equal to some Arial, size is equal to some size, color is equal to some color. So your text, you can write like this. Important here, face means it refers to font family name. Size, it refers to level number from 1 to 7. 1 to 7 only you can give. Color, so it refers to any color name or hexacode. You can use color name or hexacode. Face is font family name. Font family names already I told you, Arial, Times New Roman, something. You can see in your control panel and you can apply them. Font size can be up to 1 to 7. Heading size 1 to 6 decreasing, but here 1 to 7 increasing. 1 to 7 will be in increasing order. Means 7 is the largest. And color, you can define any color. So you can change appearance by using this. Text formatting is very simple. You can change the text like this. Suppose let's say I am typing some paragraph or something. So let's add some paragraph or some content. So let's see here. I have a paragraph. So welcome to HTML. I want to change appearance of this text. So you can do that by using a simple font. We can add font. Now it depends on where you start, where you end. You can do that for entire paragraph or one word or one letter, or anything you want. That means currently I am ending this after this paragraph. Now you don't see any difference there because font needs attribute. One is what? Face. Face Arial, then it will change the font face. So we are giving some like brush script empty like this, and you see it will be in this way. It depends on where you end it. For example, if I end this font after W character, then it will work only for the W. If I end this after the word welcome, then it will work only for that welcome. It depends on where you start and where you end, right? So this is font face. That is the face. Suppose I'm just using the face area. Next you have font size. Actually, default size originally its size is this much small. That is the original size. Now, if I give font size as 3 is the default size. 3 is the default size. You will not see any change in the size. Maximum how much you can give? 7. And you can see it is large. More than 7, anything you give, it doesn't matter. Because maximum size is 7. You say some 4, then size little bit increase. Some 6, then more increase. You can set the levels from 1 to 7. One more option, you can apply what? Color. Color is red, blue, green, like this you can define. And same as I told you, where you end, where you start, that depends. But one important thing here is in the modern generation, you need to know that. So W3C standards, W3 standards is not recommending. W3 standards is not recommending to use font in modern web. That means they are saying that please don't use this anymore. That means this option is there. You should know. Because in some old versions they are using and it is still being used. But in modern web generation, the modern applications, I should never see this font used in a page. That is the recommendation of W3. It says that modern browsers, they don't have good understanding of this font tag, don't use it. Then how to change the font? You already changed it with CSS and all, right? That means they recommend not to use this font anymore. So these days in modern website, you will never see this very much. Majority we define by using what? Styles. So you will not see this tag used, but you should know about this tag because some websites may be still using, but for future generation, they don't recommend this. They don't even recommend BRs also. For line break, we are using BR. They don't even recommend BR. So, but you have those options, so you need to know about them. Initially, this is one important, how to change the character. Here, one important question is asked. So, in interviews, they ask a question, what are web fonts? This is a proper question experience people in web designing. They ask the question, what are web safe fonts? What you know about web safe fonts? Actually, web safe fonts are nothing but technically, what are those names of web safe fonts? For example, I am applying some font here. What I am doing is I am giving the font name Algerian, and you can see it changes like this. Now the question is where I got this name. Where I got this name? I got this name from my computer. In my computer, I can go to control panel. You know, Windows control panel is there. In control panel, there is a fonts category. You open the fonts category, then you can see that in the fonts category, these are hundreds of ready-made font family. So, and you see, these are all the font families. This is the font family names. These names I am applying there. Suppose I am applying here. What is the font family name? Harlow. And that is the font family name. And actually it is Harlow Bolder. And you can see it's a lengthy name. Harlow Bold, it is Harlow Solid. Solid, right. And you can see it will be like this. We can apply those fonts. That means where I am getting this name from. This name I am getting from my control panel. Will this font be available to everybody's computer? May not. Because if you look at a DTP operator's computer, you will see millions of fonts. Hundreds, thousands of fonts they use. You know, people who prepare digital banners, advertisements, posters, pamphlets, visiting cards, wedding cards. In their computers, you will see thousands of fonts. Do you know people buy fonts? Those people who are working on photo editing and all, publishing and all, they buy fonts. They purchase fonts. So because many companies sell different fonts, they purchase those fonts and they use them. Then in that case, in your computer, there is a font you applied. And how a person who is watching in his computer can see in the same way. That means if that font is not available on his computer, then how he can see it? That is the question. Understood this question? Web safe fonts means they are asking you a question that in your computer, a font is present and you are using. How this will be visible to anybody who don't have that font in his machine? First question, is it visible to him or it will disappear? You are using a font which is not present in his machine. Will it appear or not? Will it appear or not? It will appear. It will appear. Then if he don't have a font, how it will appear? How it will appear is, it will transform into default fonts. Those default fonts are called web safe fonts. Web safe fonts means these are the fonts which are used to convert rare fonts into normal. Actually, there are three types of web safe fonts. There are 3 web safe fonts. Their names are serif, sans serif, and monospace. These are called web safe fonts. That means if you are using any font and that font is not available in his computer, then automatically their computer will transform the text into any one of these 3. First priority it gives to which one? Serif. After that, sans serif, then monospace. There is no electronic device in the world which don't have these fonts. Even a smartwatch, washing machine, microwave oven also have a font which is called monospace. That means in microwave ovens, in refrigerators, you see numbers, digits. Those are all monospace. That means it's guaranteed that every computer have a font called monospace. And there is no chance that he can delete that font. Because some fonts we can delete. Some fonts we can remove. You see some fonts are there. We can right click and we can delete that font. We can delete the font. But these 3 fonts you cannot remove from any computer. These are standard. That means if any rare type of font is used, that will be transformed into which one? Serif, sans serif, or monospace. Right? Why they are called web safe fonts? The point is very simple. They are known as web safe fonts. Web safe fonts, as they are available to all devices, as they are available to all devices. So if any font is missing in client device, then your custom fonts are transformed into web safe fonts. That is the point. So the serif, sans serif, and monospace, these are the options. That is basically how the fonts are defined. So font have 3 basic things. What are those? Font face and the font size. Another one, font color. While working with face, this important point you should know, right? Yeah. Next, we have some font styles like underline, superscript, subscript, bold, italics, and all that we will see in next session. Right? Tomorrow we will do that. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss font effects and images. Images means how to keep pictures. Then we can design the Flipkart-like screen. So tomorrow, once we know about images and all, we will design a Flipkart product screen. We will take a real-time Flipkart page and we will try to design it. Tomorrow we'll continue with that. Okay, right.